Hey everybody, this is part 2 of 3 steps for improving how you manage your virtual teams. In the first part of this, I showed a method that we use using a simple Google Sheet or a spreadsheet to manage what was going on. And that was how I used to manage my team when I was back in corporate America. Now, I'm currently running a 5-person virtual team. I'm here in Miami. I've got 1 guy in Spain, 2 people in Manila, and 1 person in Bangladesh. We are completely virtual. So when the pandemic hit us, we really didn't change our day-to-day. We continued to service our customers, most of which we've never met in person and have met online. And so using a tool called Asana, which is a free online project management tool, we manage the workload among ourselves. And so I'm going to be going over how we use it. And I do want to point out the fact that it's free doesn't mean it's no good. It really is good. I've been using it for over 5 years. And one of the features that was really valuable for me is that it works super well on my phone. So I can manage my tasks and my team's tasks as well on my phone as I can here at my computer. This isn't as important now because I'm not on the road as much, but for anybody that's running around, this is priceless. So I'm going to go and I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to show you Asana. So this is my list of tasks, and I have my tasks organized by things I've got to do typically today, and then tomorrow. My tomorrow queue ends up being bigger, and if I was a little more disciplined, I'd be putting them into soon and later. But what I typically do is I work on things that are here. At the end of the day, I move things from tomorrow to today. If anything comes in new, I bring it onto my stack of tasks and works from it that way. The other thing is that it also has a nice feature where I can come up, get my email, and I can mail myself a task. So, so this will be test task. What I typically do is if I get something from a customer, I'll forward it to that address. And now I can come up, I'll refresh this here. And as I get emails on my phone, if I think this is a task, I will go and I will add it. Well, sometimes it takes just a little bit of time, but there it goes. So I can assign things to myself, and then I can, make changes, add it to a project. I'll show you in a moment how we use projects. And then I can assign it to someone else who's on my team. So I'll just mark that one complete. Now, let me show you my team priorities. So we have a meeting every Monday or Tuesday, typically Monday mornings, where we go over the projects that we have in the queue. And these are ones that are either on hold or waiting on something, typically on the client. So these are ones that will eventually get assigned to people. So my guy Anson, he's working on Creative Pro, and that's taking up all of his time. This would also go onto his queue once we get some dependencies met, but for the most part, that's his work. Now, Spencer supports some accounts ongoing, but he's working on a Jennifer project. Matter of fact, I'm going to mark that complete because we finished that this weekend. And now he's working on Sherwood and Kinetics. I just happened to name our tasks with the name of the client at the very beginning. And so this is what he's up to. Now, this is one that he's done as well that was finished over the weekend. But this is what he has on his list of things to do. Now, this is my queue project-wise. I have other responsibilities, and every once in a while I will take on a project. So I happen to be working these 2. And then Rochelle does a lot of our ongoing work. She takes care of things as well. So every Monday when I meet with my team, we go over our queue in this project that I've assigned for this purpose. And we manage who's working on what. And it gives me a global version of what's happening. So that as I get a new project, the following Monday, typically, it'll be here already. And then I go over the team. And based on their workload, the other tasks that they have in their queue, the timeline we have for delivering that project, we'll assign it to one person versus another. So this is our high level project, project plan really. Now I'm going to go over here to tasks, and I've got these projects, and what I've done is I have I assign projects to some of our bigger clients, the ones that take up more of our time. And so here you can see that, Julie Brown, we have to update her plugins. So that's assigned to Rochelle. I'm not too big on putting due dates, not that I let things go very long, but we're managing things, I want to say informally. Rochelle, Anson, and Spencer all know what the expectations are, what the timelines are, and then we keep each other, up to speed on what's happening. We're also in charge of interfacing with the client, and so that's where, that's why we don't use the due dates. But the due dates are there. If you want to set those up for yourself when you use it, you definitely can. So these are all the tasks. Actually, I finished this one yesterday, so I can mark it closed. I answered these questions, and actually right now I'm focused on this one because we're doing some transcriptions for some videos that she has on her site. Spencer's working this one. Rochelle is helping me with the captioning process. So this is everything that applies to this project. Now, if I wanted to see what's happening with Spencer, for example, I can go and click on Spencer's queue. And in his queue, you see that we have the one at the top. These are the highest priority. And then there's today, upcoming. And so this task right here is one that I assigned to him earlier today. He's going to check up on something tomorrow. He's checking up on Hamilton, which is one of the accounts assigned to him, just a follow-up task. There's a bug that was reported by Service Star. He's working on Kinetics. He's walking through Kinetics. He's got a few final things on Numoxi. So this is his queue. At any time, I can go see what he's working on. And if there's, like, let's say a new task that's coming in, I can see, well, I know what the delivery times or dates are, and I can adjust them accordingly. So it gives you an idea of how you can use this tool. Now, I have used the paid version of Asana. When you're working with clients in more involved ways, it requires going to an upgraded Asana. I think also once you get more than 15 people into your account, then you have to upgrade. The price is still really reasonable. I upgraded for a little while, tried out a few things, and then it really wasn't giving me value. So I turned it off, and I don't pay Asana any money for what I think is a very, very good tool. Now, there are other tools on the market, Trello, Rike, Basecamp, I think, was the original one. It was one that we used a while back, but it kind of fell behind with features that we needed. And Asana just serves us extremely well. So I encourage you to take a look at that, especially now that we're all working virtually. You can't see your people like me because I don't see my people in person anytime. Gives you visibility into what people are doing, gives you the ability to assign tasks. And I will tell you, it's a super step up from relying on email that gets lost, it's hard to track. Someone can oops, I forgot. And then, you're not as responsive as you need to be with your customers. So let me know what you think.